Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today I wanted to try a different format for videos. I wanted to do a little bit of live gameplay while I gave you my first impressions on Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I wanted to do this for a couple of reasons. One, I've been working a lot on the video that will be uploaded before this one, and I didn't want to have to do a bunch of editing when I got to this video, so that way I could get it out relatively soon, as the game just released officially 2 days ago. So I wanted to just kind of go ahead and go live. I have to make my way back over to the plate gate, so I'm still very close to the beginning of the game. I've been playing for about 8 hours so far, but I want to get my initial thoughts. That way they're out there, and after this I can focus on writing the more in-depth video essays that you usually get from me. And kind of as I go along, I can show you some of the things I like. So first thing, something that I did not utilize very much in the first Death Stranding was the way you can map out your route. I didn't do that much before. I am using it a lot more now, maybe because I'm less familiar with this newer map. I was really familiar with the other one, and the other map was a little bit more straightforward. There's a lot more mountains and ridges and rivers and things like that, which make this world so much more dynamic, in my opinion, which I'm really enjoying, because it's not just a primarily straight walk from A to B. There's, a lot of extra things to consider when traversing, especially stuff like this river will get filled every now and then with the natural disaster mechanic that's been put into this game. So other than that, the main thing I'm loving so far is how much more streamlined everything else is. Like cargo management, for an instance, if you want to go through and do this, before on the first game, you would have to hold down X, I believe, after you rearranged everything, which would sometimes I would forget to do that, and then I'd have to go back in and rearrange everything. This time around, everything automatically gets rearranged, which is so nice, because you can just go in, put stuff where you need it, and you don't got to worry about it anymore. Now, I think I cleared out this camp. Hopefully I did. I think we would have got an indicator if I didn't, which is why I brought a couple rifles with me. Yes, I did indeed clear out this camp already. Don't got to worry about them. Yeah, everything's more streamlined. Even when you make a delivery, you would have to sit through all the different variants to show why and how you got certain likes for deliveries due to delivery time, damage, speed, the amount of time it took you to get there. Sure, I'll take this extra climbing anchor, why not? But now they kind of just give you the lump sum of the likes, and hopefully we can make a delivery during this video. I can show you that. But it just makes the whole thing go a little bit quicker. Well, there's actually some. I'm gonna go make a delivery right here. We can get this lost cargo over here. Might as well. Anytime I see lost cargo, I like to try and go ahead and grab it and deliver it, mostly because I am going for the platinum trophy, and one of the things you have to do is get all 5 stars with every single place that you can deliver. And a big thing that helps is grabbing the lost cargo and returning it. That actually helps you quite a bit. You get likes for picking it up, and then you get likes for actually delivering it. So grab that. So that's going to go back to where I started from. And I think this other one is for right here, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure which still trying to remember the names of the different outposts. And of course, we are playing online, so you get to see someone was just affected by a sign that I had made, and I got a like for it. Now, I didn't play the first Death Stranding until the director's cut came out. And once the director's cut came out, I got it for PS5, and I immediately fell in love. I honestly had never played a Kojima game before. I never played any of the Metal Gear Solid games, which I know is probably a gaming sin, a cardinal sin at that, but it is what it is. I just never had the chance to play him, or you know, whatever the situation may have been. But when this game came out, I was looking for something that I knew was going to take me a while, because I think I was waiting for Elden Ring to release when I picked up Death Stranding, the director's cut. Anyway, fell in love with it, and ever since the announcement of this second game, I have been patiently waiting, and now that it's here, I am absolutely loving it. This is really what gaming is. This game is a video game. I don't know how else to say it. There's phenomenal story. The gameplay loop is fun. The action that they've added. I had a lot of fun doing the camp clearouts. The combat's more intuitive this time around. But here, I'll show you what I mean by the like screen. I mean, I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably play it, or you're at least thinking about playing it, and you've seen other gameplay, but I'm going to skip some of the dialogue, though. Just because, see, it goes straight to the lump sum of the likes, and you don't have to sit through everything. And then, you know, you get your porter grade, and you get these new upgrades, which is also a cool new thing. Is you're building more towards, instead of just your porter level, you're actually getting upgrades that you can use to improve your time delivering.
Thanks for lending us a hand again.
So I think that gives it a lot more.
Well done.
It feels a lot more rounded that way, having it that way. Which I am not going to speak as well as I do when I write it first, so I apologize for that. I am going to try and edit out as many ums and ahs and tripping over my words as possible. I haven't done something like this in a while. I would love to try more videos in this style. I actually need to go back over here to deliver that other lost cargo. I would love to try more videos in this style, but I just have a very limited amount of time that I can actually record my vocals without having a lot of extra stuff get cluttered in. Just because my apartment is relatively small, and I have 2 small children who are at the library right now, which is why I'm able to record it. But usually I can only record, you know, after they're sleeping, and I work at night, so I only really have 2 days a week that I can record voiceover. So I decided to take this opportunity to do it this way, to give it a try. And if you guys like this style, we could try for other games. Maybe we could do more topics while I'm doing deliveries in Death Stranding 2, because I plan on covering this game quite a bit.
Generator. I wouldn't want to be near that if it released its
But
charge.
it's something I wanted to try out, and we'll see how you guys receive it. So I mentioned the story. Death Stranding, I'm not going to do any spoilers, by the way. I would hate to spoil this phenomenal storytelling game for anybody who hasn't experienced it yet. And of course, like I said, I'm very, very close to the beginning still. I haven't done a whole lot, but even within the first 5 hours, this game had me tearing up twice. And if that's not an indicator on the storytelling power of this game, I don't know what is. It's the first game was mostly just about the world building and, you know, all the weird and fun ideas that Kojima had. the story just hits a lot harder. It's a lot deeper. Mostly because we know these characters already from the first game, and so we know a lot about them. And so when we see them going through the things they're going through, it just hits a lot harder. And there's definitely some video essay content there that I will be writing up. I've already got a few ideas on how to start a script. Of course, I want to get further into the game so that way I'm not assuming certain things and getting it wrong and having to rewrite the video. But I'll probably do different segments, different characters, essays on each of them. Just whatever I'm feeling inspired to talk about, really. I never want to try and push a game to where I'm just grinding content, because that doesn't feel fun for me creating it. But also I just feel like it lacks the interesting side when I just start grinding content. I like to have the things I want to talk about kind of flow naturally as I get inspired. Which is why I only usually do like a couple videos per game, unless it's something that I really love, like Tears of the Kingdom. I have probably 5 or 6 videos, which still in the long run is not that many compared to, you know, other people. But anyway, so the other thing that I really enjoyed so far is, again, I played the director's cut of the first game, and there were still people playing it. And so, you know, I was still seeing people's structures, getting likes from signs, building the roads, all that stuff. But it's been really fun to be able to be connected to everybody else playing Death Stranding. Like you keep seeing on the side of the screen here, you know, all these other players that are doing these things. They're adding materials to my bridge, or they're running into my signs, or I'm running into their signs. And being able to experience that straight out the gate as everyone's fresh to the experience. Like, here's a sign I put up yesterday before I went to bed, and you know, you can see 8 people ran through the sign. It's kind of an interesting way to feel a connection to other players. And when I see the service requests that other players put up, I feel more enticed to, you know, drop off a weapon there, or build the bridge there, or put a ladder there like they're requesting. It just feels good to kind of help people that I've never met nor will ever meet. And I think that's probably what Kojima is trying to accomplish with this game. Yeah, you can see I'm just about to hit 9 hours or so. But it's fun to be in the community, active from the jump, as opposed to, you know, however, I can't remember how long it was after the director's cut came out from the main game. And actually, you know what, I think we're gonna go ahead and grab a bike. That way, I mean, I know this game is mostly about walking, and I actually prefer walking places and just looking around. But I think for the sake of this video, I will fabricate a vehicle. Oh wait, can I not fabricate one here? No, I can't. Okay, never mind. Cannot fabricate one here, so I lied. I forgot that the smaller outposts, you can't do that. But we'll just keep going. I'm building up my stamina levels anyway, so as you can see, Sam has stats now that as you do things, you upgrade it. So like I'm doing his endurance right now. Trying to see, yeah, so like say I finally fill up to level 3 of his endurance, my fatigue accumulation will go down to negative 15%, and so on and so forth. So you can kind of see what you're doing the most. Like maximum carrying capacity, I've been carrying a lot of packages all at once. So you can see that that is something and then terrain traversal, that's something I've been doing a lot of. And then I've been primarily using the assault rifle that has the MP bullets. It's just a really fun weapon to use, and you don't have to worry about killing anybody. All you do is incapacitate them, so you don't have to worry about any void outs, because I'm going to be honest, I don't know where the incinerator is, because I am not that far in the game. I have not had to deal with a body going necro, which is something that actually happens pretty early on in the first game. So I'm interested to see how they play that in this game, because in the original game, at least the director's cut, I believe you get a gun that has regular bullets first that kills people before you get the incapacitating ones, which was an interesting choice. I think mostly because Kojima wanted people to... Oh, here's another lost package. And there's another one over there. I guess we're just going to be delivering lost packages during this video, which is fine. That's what the game is all about, isn't it? Obviously, we'll go use this bridge. But this time around, I've seen gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 5, and the action in this game, in the second Death Stranding, feels pretty similar, or at least looks similar to what I saw gameplay of in Metal Gear Solid 5. So I think Kojima's kind of itching to go through that again and build a stealth shooter that is more about preserving life than anything, with incapacitation. It's very interesting how he's put this together, where you have a world where killing in our world is bad, obviously, but killing here is extremely detrimental. And so, yes, there are bad people, and you have to, take care of them, but you can do it without killing them, which is a really interesting concept. I mean, mankind is on the brink of extinction, and killing people just isn't going to solve the problem. It's just going to make the problem worse, creating more BTs and everything like that. But the graphics, man, I'm playing this on a base PS5, and I'm on quality mode. And when they did the demo, about a month ago, or a couple weeks back, when they had the was that Summer Games Fest? I think it was at Summer Game Fest, where they had the live action gameplay, and they said it was on the base PS5 at 60 FPS. Everyone was like, there's no way. There's no way. But yeah, this thing is running really smooth, and it still looks phenomenal. Like the difference between the quality mode and the performance mode. I'm sorry, I'm playing on performance mode, not quality mode. Playing on performance mode, but the graphic difference between quality and performance is so small that it's just so much. It's just way better to play on performance mode and get higher frame rate. It just feels way better, and it still looks phenomenal.
I will never know how you managed.
We're getting close to 4 stars on this one.
Just knowing you are the... I promise.
Yeah, you're welcome, lady. You're welcome.
Order completed. Well done.
Alright, now let's go get the other one back at the other place. We're just kind of going back and forth here, but that's fine. I didn't have anything super special planned while I was playing this to record this.
Spirit. Remember to rest, Sam.
Also, the way that you get gear way earlier on is quite genius, because Hideo knows that if people didn't play the first one, they're more than likely not going to play the second one. Although I think that more people are probably going to try the second one once they see some of the combat gameplay. And of course, on the menu screen, there is a Death Stranding 1 recap. There's also books. If you like to read books, something I like to do. And the first game has 2 novelizations. So when Hideo was working on Death Stranding 1, he had one of his close friends who is a novelist, write the novel version of the story. Oh my god, that's not what we want to do.
Feels good.
And Sam said that felt good, so you know, hey, maybe that is what we wanted to do. And there's a novelization for the second game too. So, say you wanted to jump in the second game, maybe you like to read books. Maybe you could consume that story by reading the books first, or just watching the recap. The recap it does a good job of explaining what happened in the first game, but there is a lot of nuances to the story. And it is something that did take me 2 playthroughs to kind of fully digest. I will say the story so far in the second one is far easier to digest and understand for the face value of it. I think that might be also because we kind of understand how Hideo is trying to tell this story. So his style of storytelling is just coming through, and we've been kind of trained on what to expect via the first game. But still very beautiful. The performance is amazing. Norman Reedus, he was kind of... Now, this is based on direction, so I know he had a great performance. I just want to say his performance was great in the first one, but Sam was very emotionless and distant, which made sense for the story. But it's really cool to see Norman Reedus give a much more emotional performance. Oh, there's more pills right here that I can take over to that other place. This is a camp that I cleared out, which I have a second channel that I'll put in the description where I do put some just raw gameplay out. And I have a video I'm going to post for me clearing this camp. But anyway, he gave a much more emotional performance this time around. And it's kind of cool to see Sam as a character be much more emotionally developed and have more to say in this game. He didn't have much to say in the first game because he was just kind of doing his job. He didn't really want to be around anybody, and now he has a lot to say. He's letting his feelings come out, and he's not just letting people kind of tell him what to do. He kind of questions the things that he's doing a lot more. It was very cool to see, and all the actors and actresses that have been part of this project, they all do phenomenal. Even just the people that you see as you deliver, they all have great performances. And that's just a mix of their talent as actors and Hideo's ability to direct.
Been on the road for a while?
I think once we deliver this, we'll go into the private room because I do want to talk about a few things that has to do with the private room. Oh, look at this. This sign I put up, I think on the very first hour or so I played. 99 people have ran through here. That's pretty interesting to see because it's fun to just put them in the middle where everyone's going to run. And to see that 99 people have gone through this very same section. It's like, obviously, you know, a lot of people are playing the game and a lot of people are going the same place you are. But to see it in your game, like to see how many other games your sign is in, is pretty remarkable. And this might be a weird thing, but I feel like Sam is taller in this game. Now, I don't know if it's just because of the character model upgrades or the way the camera is positioned, or just the fact that the graphics are a lot better. It feels like Sam is taller, and I can't really explain it. And I'm wondering if anybody else has kind of noticed that. He just seems taller. I don't know if maybe his pants are more sleek, so his legs seem like I don't know. It might be the camera position. But let's go into our private room. and we'll take a look at some of the stuff they got in there. And the fact that there's a day and night cycle is really interesting as well. And then when you wake up, you can either choose to sleep until evening, or if you woke up at night, you can choose to sleep until morning, or you can just get up. Now, I haven't done too much as far as story to see if I'm sure there's going to be more important stuff that happens at night, and there's going to be certain things you want to do at night versus during the day. But I haven't got there yet. As you can see, you have these screens that you can customize. Put the Kojima one here, the Kojima Productions here. But this one on the back is something I did with photo mode. The photo mode is a lot more intuitive this time around. You can add extra lights and stuff like that. But made this cool shot of Sam looking like he's holding the moon, which I actually posted on the community tab of the channel. You have Dollman there. You can talk to him. So most of the stuff is the same, but I just wanted to point out I don't have any other colors yet, but there's a lot of slots for different suit types. You know, you can change Dollman's color scheme. You can change the pod color scheme. Different hats. I love this Why Me hat. I don't know what it is about it, but I love it. But I always put that thing on backwards. And of course, we got the Ludens mask back and some regular sunglasses. But from what I'm seeing, there's a lot of customizable stuff. Now, I didn't customize my backpack too much in the first game, but this one I have been doing more. I think mostly because you can get these a lot earlier on, but adding the extra grenade pouches and ammo containers on your backpack, that helps so much because you're always going to want to have the BT grenades because it's just the easiest way to kill the BTs, at least the normal ones. So having the grenade pouches is so nice because you have two on your suit. They're kind of on his thigh there. Let me see if I can get the camera to... Yeah, on his right thigh. Those are grenade pouches, plus I have the two on my backpack. So I never have to carry grenades in my backpack in the big box. Which just leaves a bunch of room to carry more cargo. So having extra pouches just always makes it a lot easier, so you're not carrying it in the backpack itself, because then it will take up like a whole box slot, which can be detrimental to your balance and everything like that. I think we have one more package we need to go deliver back to this lady over here. Well, I planned on going to the play gate, but as you can see, this game is very easy to, it's just easy to get distracted and to just kind of enjoy the experience as it is. Just go out there, find some empty, or not empty, lost cargo rather. And then this is one of my favorite things too, is you can come over to these things, someone from a different game. So we got Ziggy the Cat. Ziggy the Cat, if you're watching, I'm about to give you a weapon. So what you do is you go up to your weapon management, or actually you don't even gotta do that. You go here. I brought an extra rifle. I can offload it. So much more seamless than before. And then I just go ahead and send it. And the tar will take that weapon and give it to the other player. Boom. You get 100 likes for that. And so you kind of see these all over the place. I don't think this was a boss area, but people will put these outside. They'll ask for different types of gear and equipment. And it's just kind of cool. If I have the extra, I try to always bring an extra rifle with me or an extra ladder or something like that. So that way, if I run into those, I can just kind of go ahead and help out another player by dropping that and sending it into their game. I know when there's different boss fights. I fought in the first boss fight already. And having people send weapons into your game it helps a lot. Oh, this person wants like a battery station right here. So if I were to go get a PCC and bring that over here, I could fulfill that request for him. And I'm very much a checklist gamer. So this just scratches every itch that I have. Like, the story is phenomenal. I can have one goal in mind, like go to the plate gate. And then it's like, oh, well, let me deliver this lost package. And let me send this weapon to this person. Or let me go check out what's going on over there. Oh, there's a camp. Let me clear it out. It's just such a fulfilling experience all around. And like I said, this is gaming. This is what a game should be. It should be something that not only has a beautiful story, but something that you can get lost in, a world that you want to actually live in, not something you want to rush through, not something that you're just trying to get done so you can move on to the next game, because there's so many games. They don't stop coming. Every month has hundreds of games coming out. And a lot of them are doing a lot of the same things, and this game is just so different from everything out there. It's just so different that... Oh, whoa.
Just like
Almost
that, Sam.
fell. This direction, okay. We're gonna have to go over to that bridge. So even though I've been going back and forth, I still keep taking different, routes here. They're generally the same, but... Which, cool tip, you're gonna want to find someone in this first Mexico area called the Boca. He's got some really good boots that are made for mountain climbing, so you'll actually trip a lot less. And if you jump down, the cushion of the boots helps you from like falling over. And then, oh, the other thing, we talked about the upgrades earlier, and I'm sorry, this is just kind of my sporadic thoughts. So there's not really, you can see how my mind kind of jumps from thing to thing, and that's why I tend to write video essays, because I can at least organize those thoughts after I've spewed them onto the page. So these are your upgrades you got. And like one of my favorite ones here is instant cargo binding. So it instantaneously generates an electromagnetic field whenever Sam falls over, binding his cargo and preventing it from scattering. Drains a small amount of energy from Sam's battery pack upon activation. A wait time is required after each activation before the enhancement is ready to bind again. So things like this, where if I fall over, my stuff, especially if I'm fighting mules or something, if I fall over, my packages are not going to get strewn about, and I'm not going to have to run around trying to pick them up, making sure I didn't forget any. So it's a nice, having these abilities that you can unlock is a really nice quality of life thing. And I haven't liked this bridge yet today, so I'll give them a few likes on that bridge. And it seems like when you give certain structures likes, like you see right here, Dollman has given me 10. I think this is similar to what BB did in the first game, where if you run really fast or you do like a double jump or something, BB used to give you likes for that because they were having fun. Well, Dollman has been doing the same thing. So, and that brings me to having a companion. Yes, in the first game you had BB as a companion, but there wasn't much going on other than taking cute pictures with BB or whatever. But Dollman actually will engage in conversation with you and kind of give you information based on what's going on around you. And so it makes it not feel as lonely as the first game, because the first game did feel lonely, but it was a nice kind of loneliness. Which again, Hideo Kojima, I am one of those fanboys. Even though I never played Metal Gear Solid, I'm like a post Metal Gear Kojima fan.
There you are.
And these are the things that people were feeling during the pandemic. And now, we're able to have companionship again and go out and do things together. And that's kind of what he's putting in here with Dollman. Oh, there we go. I got mover level 2, porter grade 75. And there we go. We unlocked another upgrade. And it looks like there's a, let's see, allows vehicles to charge while using Sam's battery. So that's nice. So if you run out, your vehicle runs out of battery, you can just go ahead and use Sam's battery for a short period of time. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty nice.
People as reliable as you are few and far between. I will be
Yes,
sure to
ma'am.
call.
All right. Well, I just realized that we've been going at this for about 35 minutes, and I've been rambling for quite a while. I did not expect to actually talk this long. But I guess as I move on to the plate gate, I think we'll just probably go ahead and end it here. I'll do a quick outro. But I really do appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this style, I won't do it all the time, but every now and then can't hurt. It's kind of fun to just kind of ramble on as I'm doing something, because it doesn't take a whole lot to focus on. Now, I was kind of hoping that we would have a camp that we could have gone through while I did this, but that's all right. Maybe I'll do another video where we do a live recording, because I don't want it to be a let's play. I want it to be more of a discussion while I play type thing. But if you enjoyed it, let me know. Let me know if we should do it again. If we should try with other games. Maybe we could do all of our first impression videos this way. And then also, if you don't mind, check out some of my other videos. I'll go ahead and put a couple of those on the screen. And on top of that, I am actually a writer. I know it's in my description, and I write video essays, but I'm a writer, and I am working on my first book. I finished the 3rd draft of it, and I'm hoping to get that book published within the year. So, you know, I have Instagram. I'm going to put that in the description below. If you're interested in following my writing journey as far as my book writing, go ahead and check that out. Maybe give me a follow over there. And then I have that second channel that I mentioned before. If you want to just watch some no commentary gameplay, that will be there as well. I have other stuff like Ghost of Tsushima and Doom Eternal, and a few other games on there. So it's whatever I'm playing at the time. I try to put fun highlights or just raw gameplay moments over there. Just something to kind of catalog my favorite parts of different games that I'm playing. Well, until next time, I hope you guys have enjoyed delivering some lost packages with me today, and kind of going over my main thoughts. And the next video after this one will probably be a video essay based on some of the story stuff. So if you're new here and that is interesting to you and you want to see more Death Stranding content, I would love it if you would subscribe and join us on the journey. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. So that'd be phenomenal if you would join us on that. Well, thank you so much again, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.